the break point and the point of the lapel. Okay, so here's the break point, here's where it folds back, right? Okay, so what I want you to do from the tip of the lapel to the break point, we're going to start at 0, taper out 1/8, and then back to 0. See how this is the original. I measured out 1/8 of an inch, and then I drew that out. The reason is, turn of the cloth again. At this point, this is on top, okay? And then it reverses, and then this is underneath, so we don't have to change this. But we have to change this because it's going to fold over. So we make it wider, okay? The other thing we can do on our facing, let's not worry about that. We could take off a little here, but in reality, when we sew this on, we're just going to fold it over and stitch it down anyway. So I don't, normally we would take a little bit off the facing here, like a 1/16 and blend to 0. So we could do that, okay? So then we're going to notch at the waistline. Remember, this is without that seam allowance. The marking is without. So the notch on the facing would align with the waistline here, not here. Because remember, this will be sewn already when the facing gets sewn on. And so you have to have that notch where it would match to the waistline seam. Okay, not that one. This one.
But when we made this, we had the seam allowance.
Oh yeah, that's right. From seam allowance, you measured down 25, or from the seam
From
the break point.
stitch? I mean.
okay, this is where the waistline seam will be.
Okay.
Okay, and so when I was showing you guys, I said to make a mark where this waistline seam is. Okay, so
And that's where you measure down.
and that's
25.
from where you measure down 25.
Okay.
Okay, and this aligns. See, this has seam allowance. This has seam allowance on it too,
Okay.
because you have to be able to sew it along here all the way down.
Okay.
Okay, so after it's sewn, this will be 2 inches wide. But for right now, it's 2.5 here, 2 1/4 here, and then it blends. And so what I was just saying is, this is the waistline, this is break point, this is center front, this is where the collar is going to match to. And then at the bottom, I'm going to add some notching for the hem and seam allowance here, but I'm not going to tell you that yet. Okay? Okay, so you understand that? Okay, a few more minutes on that, and then we're going to do